Sam Blakeman is continuing to battle serious mental health issues in Coronation Street and recently suffered another frightening hallucination involving a fellow Weatherfield resident. The youngster has been deeply affected by Megan Walsh's manipulation. Sam was the first person to uncover that Megan had been sexually abusing Will Driscoll, and she later threatened him to keep the truth hidden. The ordeal badly damaged Sam's confidence, causing him to become withdrawn and leaving his family increasingly concerned about his sudden change in behavior. Eventually, Sam confided in Leanne Battersby about Megan's secret, but only after collapsing and being taken to hospital. Although Megan's crimes have now been exposed, Sam's suffering is far from over. In the aftermath, he faced cruel remarks from Will and became increasingly suspicious about who he could truly rely on. A few weeks ago, Sam's mental state worsened when he began struggling to separate reality from his imagination. Convinced that Will was chasing him through the street, Sam desperately ran away before tripping over. When Nick Tilsley picked him up, Sam looked back in fear and realized nobody was actually there. In today's episode, Sam continued to distance himself from everyone around him. At school, he wanted space and lashed out at Hope Stape when he felt she was ignoring his wishes. Later at the bistro, Toya Battersby accidentally startled Sam while he was wearing headphones. Sam reacted sharply and once again insisted that he wanted to be left alone. As he walked through a ginnel, Sam became terrified after spotting what he believed was Will running towards him. Panicking, he fled until he reached a dead end near some bins. Trying to defend himself, Sam knocked over a bin and started attacking Will. Moments later, it became clear that Will was never there at all, and Sam had actually been experiencing another disturbing visual hallucination. Sam's struggles are expected to continue over the coming weeks, with producer Kate Brooks confirming that the soap will further explore the devastating impact Megan's manipulation has had on him and the lasting damage caused by people refusing to believe his accusations. Kate explained that involving Sam in Megan's storyline offered a powerful way to show how deeply her actions affected others beyond Will and the Driscoll family. She revealed that Sam's mental health has been severely harmed by the manipulation, fear, and disbelief he endured. She also confirmed that Coronation Street will focus heavily on Sam's mental health journey throughout spring and early summer, as his family slowly realize just how vulnerable he has become and how urgently he needs professional help. According to Kate, Megan's lies have destroyed trust within the community, leaving emotional scars on everyone caught up in her abuse. Coronation Street has finally revealed Maggie Driscoll's shocking secret in the latest early ITVX episode, leaving her family completely torn apart. The truth emerges during the aftermath of Will's emotional storyline involving Megan Walsh after the teenager recently went to the police to report the woman who abused him. Earlier, Will had planned to flee with Megan after stealing £2,000 from his father's safe. However, everything changed following a heartfelt conversation with Tim Metcalf, who opened up about his own experience of abuse and helped Will realize he had been manipulated. Soon afterwards, Megan was arrested, but in tonight's episode, she desperately tries to regain control of the situation by convincing Will to withdraw his statement. From prison, Megan contacts Maggie and pressures her into persuading Will to change his mind. Megan has long known that Maggie was responsible for the accidental death of her husband Alan years ago, and she has been using that secret to control her. She warns Maggie that she will expose everything to Ben unless she does exactly as she says, leaving Maggie terrified. Her panic only grows when Ben receives a phone call from Melanie, who is also aware of the truth about Alan's death. After Ben insists they need to talk, Maggie finally confesses everything. Ben is left stunned as he demands to know why Maggie hid the truth for so many years. She explains that her youngest son, Finlay, witnessed the confrontation before later revealing everything to Melanie. Megan eventually overheard the secret as well, giving her the power to manipulate Maggie ever since. Completely devastated by the revelation, Ben later tells Eva Price the truth surrounding Alan's death, leading to Maggie being pushed out by her own family. Now that the secret has finally been exposed, questions remain over what consequences Megan and Melanie could face for blackmailing and manipulating Maggie. At the same time, viewers are left wondering whether Maggie can ever repair the damage done to her relationship with Ben and the rest of the family, or if this betrayal has destroyed everything for good. A new Coronation Street fan theory could point towards a huge twist ahead for Sally and Tim Metcalf. Producer Kate Brooks recently teased that the popular couple will face one of their toughest challenges yet this year, with the storyline putting serious pressure on them as foster parents. She explained that Sally and Tim are set to become central figures in a major plot that will test them individually, challenge their marriage, and push them to their limits as carers. Kate hinted that the storyline arrives unexpectedly and completely changes their lives, forcing the pair to deal with difficult consequences moving forward. She also revealed that viewers will see Sally and Tim in a very different situation compared to anything they have faced before, promising emotional and dramatic scenes for the much-loved couple. This week, Tim has been heavily involved in Will Driscoll's emotional storyline as he helped the teenager recognize that he had been sexually abused by Megan Walsh. Their heartfelt conversation happened after Tim began reflecting on his own traumatic experiences while supporting Will. Tim confessed that when he was just 14 years old, an older woman named Tricia took advantage of him. Hearing Tim speak honestly about what happened encouraged Will to finally report Megan to the police, while Tim himself decided to seek some closure from his past. Later, outside Freshco's supermarket, Tim confronted Tricia directly and accused her of sexually abusing him years earlier. Tricia immediately rejected the allegations before quickly ending the conversation and walking away. When Tim returned home, he told Sally that Tricia refusing to admit the truth no longer mattered to him. He explained that the important thing was finally accepting deep down that what happened to him as a teenager was completely wrong. Following these emotional scenes, one Coronation Street viewer shared a dramatic theory on social media, suggesting Tim's storyline may be far from finished. The fan speculated that Tricia could have secretly had Tim's child years ago and kept it hidden from him ever since. The theory would certainly fit Kate Brooks' earlier hints about a huge storyline that could turn Sally and Tim's world upside down while seriously testing their relationship. If true, the revelation would completely transform Tim's life and could create major problems for the couple moving forward. Could this shocking twist really be what Coronation Street has planned for Sally and Tim?